It's time to find out what's happening with your local sports teams with KATL's Andrew Byrne.
From a cowgirl to a lady general. After an extraordinary volleyball career at Custer County District High School, defensive specialist Stevie Murphy has committed to Sheridan College to continue playing the game she loves. I spoke with the senior about her life-changing decision.
I knew I wanted to play volleyball, and they have an amazing volleyball program. And plus, their campus and academics, they are just amazing as well. So as soon as I found out Coach Stadler wanted me on their team, there was really no hesitation. I knew I wanted to go there.
After 4 years as a cowgirl, Murphy summed up her high school career perfectly.
It doesn't matter how big you are, just how big you play. And that definitely is one for me because I'm only 5 foot tall. But that never held me back from accomplishing anything. So if there's any other people out there that are afraid because of their height, don't even worry about it. Because height really doesn't even matter in volleyball. It just matters how much you put into the sport and your mindset.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And for the Miles Community College men's basketball team, they learned this lesson the hard way. Last Saturday, the Pioneers jumped out to an 8-point halftime lead over the Gillette Pronghorns in a Region 9 playoff game. But the Pronghorns stormed back in the second half, outscoring the Pioneers by 20 points en route to the 71-59 win. Here's Pioneers head coach Chase Tate talking about his team's tough second half.
We stopped making baskets. We shot 14 for 28 in the first half. But we shot 8 for 30 in the second half, and once we missed those, we were missing those shots. The game started to get into a little bit more of an up-tempo game for them because they were able to get out in transition a little bit, and then their crowd started getting into it, and we struggled to finish in the last 15 minutes of the game of shots that we did finish in the first half, and that was ultimately the difference.
Over the last few years, multiple major college programs have made headlines by recruiting players before they reach high school. And with so many players coming to Miles City to take part in the tournament, I asked Coach Tate if he would follow suit.
Yeah, probably not, just because I end up dealing with so many other things that I don't get to watch a ton of the games that are getting played.
The Miles Community College men's basketball team saw their season end in Gillette more than a month ago. Although all playoff losses are difficult, this Pioneers loss was especially tough as it was the last game the team's sophomores would play in their MCC careers. Myron Taylor is one of the sophomores graduating from MCC later this spring, and I caught up with him to talk about the game he loves.
I think at a young age, I grew up around it. I was originally born in Richmond, Virginia, and my cousins was always around it. So I moved to Texas when I was about 7, and once I got there, it pretty much picked up on me.
Many players can only dream of playing college basketball. That is why Taylor doesn't take his opportunity for granted.
Yeah, I feel blessed to be able to still play at this stage of my career because it's a lot of people that would like to be where I'm at, and I'm not necessarily at the top or anywhere by any means, but every day, yes, I take the game very serious, so I know that I'm blessed to still be able to play and would also want to further my career in it.
This week's KATL and Airport Inn Athlete of the Week is Circle Wildcats basketball player Bryce Loudon. The senior helped his team to a season-opening win over Richie Lambert by scoring 24 points. I spoke with Wildcats head coach Colby Loudon, who happens to be Bryce's father, about his son's big game.
Bryce is, he's a 4-year starter for us, so, he handles the ball pretty well. He can get to the rim and score, and, he can shoot the ball fairly well, too. So he was able to mix it up quite a little bit, and we had a pretty good game down in Richie.
Made in Montana. These 3 words hold a great deal of meaning for people who were born in Big Sky country and wear their Treasure State birthright as a badge of honor. To kick off my Made in Montana Mondays, I spoke with Indianapolis Colts safety Colt Anderson, who was born in Butte.
It was awesome growing up in Montana. I couldn't have asked for a better upbringing. Being from Butte is awesome. There's a lot of history here, and I feel like my parents raised me the right way. And Montana overall is just a phenomenal place to live and call home.
For my third segment of Made in Montana Mondays, I spoke with Kansas City Royals prospect Riley King about being the only Montanan selected in the 2013 Major League Baseball amateur draft.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an honor. And Montana does have extreme talent, extremely good talent in the sport of baseball. They just, like I said, they don't get to play. Growing up, we didn't get to play year-round like a lot of our kids now did down in Florida or Texas. But no, like I said, I got lucky, and I was extremely grateful for the opportunity to get drafted, which is a big honor, and it's a big deal coming out of Montana. So I was extremely lucky for that.
He had a senior season to remember. And now Cowboys triple threat Alec Haugen has been selected to participate in the 2015 Badlands Bowl. Haugen scored 36 total touchdowns during his senior season, including a school record 7-touchdown performance in late October. Here's the senior talking about making the roster as a wide receiver.
That's a huge honor to be one of the top players in the state and head here, and the game being here, another game on the Connors is awesome, so it means a lot to me.
Home, sweet home. After 18 straight road games to start their season, the Miles Community College baseball team played their first home game of the season on Thursday afternoon against the Dawson Community College Buccaneers. And while the play between the two teams was anything but pretty, the Pioneers ended their 7-game losing streak with an 8-4 win. After the game, I spoke with Pioneers head coach Jeff Brabant about the sloppy victory.
We walked 12 guys and hit 2, and we're lucky we won, to be honest with you. And, to me, it's just a lack of focus, and I don't understand how we can have a lack of focus at home against our rivals.
The Pioneers finished their home-and-home with the Buccaneers on March 25th when they traveled to Glendive. And Coach Brabant admits the team will have to play a lot better than they did in their first meeting.
I think in order to take steps forward, you got to play clean and feel good about what you're doing in the process as far as what we're trying to do on the mound and at the plate. And I don't think we were very good at the plate today again. So we've got to make some adjustments and some changes in practice, and that's probably the biggest thing is we haven't had much to be able to do for practice standpoint, so we got to get back to some basics.
I'm Andrew Byrne, 770 KATL Sports.